So everybody listening, give us a couple more minutes. We're going to get started live. We are talking about reverse mortgages as a purchase today. Great opportunity for realtors to be able to take advantage of a reverse mortgage for buying a client's home. We're going to give you some calls to action and some things that you can do here today, some actionable items so that you can take this to your consumers now, and so that you actually might end up with more than one transaction as a result of using a product like this. So you might be able to get two properties for you. Always trying to bring the value to our realtor partners and show you how to use mortgage products to benefit your business. That's what we want to do. That's why we're really excited. We got James here today to show us how to, to talk to us a little bit more on how to do that. So, of course, we're supposed to have Dan here today, right? But
of course, it should be a good class though, because I mean, a good little thing. Because honestly, boomers are big right now, right? Boomers are buying houses. Boomers are doing things, right? So they got a lot of years left, and they want to go out there and have some fun. And I mean, I can't wait to get started on this topic. It's how awesome would it be not to have a mortgage? Really enjoy your retirement. But we got a couple minutes before we jump in all that stuff. So hopefully, Dan,
how many boomers a day are turning 62 these days?
10,000 is the
10,000 a day is the estimated
10,
number of
10,
new
000.
clients every single day hitting this particular product.
Dan, this should be a good one for you, because you're just a few minutes away from being a boomer yourself.
No.
It should be a great topic for you.
All right, guys, we are here to talk today about reverse mortgages. Now, most people think of reverse mortgages as a refinance, right, James?
Absolutely.
I'm guessing that's how you end up doing most of your clients, but realistically, I don't think they should only think of it as refinance. I think this should be a purchase-based market, a purchase-based product. It's a phenomenal opportunity, especially when you consider how many cash buyers are out there in the market right now. And more than that, how many people 62 years and older have cash, right? The cash buyers are generally the older population anyway, because they've done good things with their lives or done good things financially, and they deserve that base, right? So we're here to talk to our realtor partners today about how to increase your business utilizing a reverse mortgage as a purchase transaction, right? And it's a great thing, because when a consumer pays cash for a home, help me out here, guys, what do they not have? A payment, right?
Yeah,
no payment. If you pay cash, there's no mortgage.
Right.
Well, with a reverse mortgage, you also have no payment, even though you have a mortgage, right? In fact, there's actually ways that you can get paid. So, so James, as we go into this, right, you're our residential reverse mortgage guru. You're the one who helps all of our loan officers do these things. And let's face it, you end up doing some of them for them, right? And you're available on our live video support centers all day, every day for our loan officers to get the help necessary to do these reverse mortgages, because there are some loan officers here at Nexa who specialize in these things. But then there is a lot of loan officers at Nexa Mortgage. I mean, literally myself being one of them, who's actually not done one, but I have a resource every time I have I need help on one. So it's to my clients or to my partners, I'm just as knowledgeable as anybody, because I got you, my friend. So,
Well,
not you, Dan. Not you, Dan.
Nice of you.
This is where Dan doesn't come in. This is
we
where
have Dan too. Yeah,
I can help you through Jim.
That's true, right? So Jim, talk to us a little bit about it. All right.
I'm going to correct the boys right now.
Okay.
Yeah, peace of mind for homeowners 62 and over. Must be 62 years or older. What about if I told you that you could be 55 and older?
So James, we got quite a few people in the attendee list. Give us the lowdown of how somebody can use a reverse mortgage then to purchase, and then give us those corrective pieces, those things that people misunderstand about the reverse mortgage market.
But you can actually buy a home with a reverse mortgage if you're 55 and older. But that being the case, why would somebody want to buy a home with a reverse mortgage? So the world has become smarter, guys, right? We understand that dollar bills are just not dollar bills, they're employees. And if we can create some smart risk and leverage, wouldn't it be better for me to move from the Northeast with, say, $600,000 or $700,000, and instead of running out west where it's nice and warm and dry and paying cash for $300,000 home or $400,000 home, wouldn't it be better for me to put down plus or minus 50%, never have a mortgage payment, and take that differential and have the opportunity to invest it smart, wouldn't it be better for me to be able to take those dollars and cents to be able to have a cushion, to be able to afford more than just a monthly mortgage payment?
Yeah.
You know, the other thing I say is, you know, you might have people that move from certain areas of the country to other areas of the country, and their clients might have a very limited budget.
Mhm.
Say they only have $200,000.
What you're saying is that you can move, if you got a client moving from the East Coast somewhere or anywhere in general, and they're paying cash on a $600,000 house, save half the cash, keep half the cash, put only $300,000 down, and you still will not have a mortgage payment at all. So if you have
Correct.
a cash buyer, you can still do a reverse mortgage as a purchase, have absolutely no payment. Now you can take that other $300,000 and buy like a vacation rental home. So now in your retirement years, you can then buy a vacation rental home under the program that we talked a few weeks ago, right, Matt and Dan?
Yep.
The Next Vacation program that we have, where they can actually literally have control of the vacation home, still make money on it with Airbnb, VRBO, those types of things on short-term rentals, and still have access to a vacation home in their retirement years on top of it. Now for the realtors on the call, you can either be the realtor on that vacation home or certainly get a referral fee if it's not in their vicinity, of course, right? Or even that, if you're in a good market, like I'm here in Gilbert, Arizona, Mesa, Scottsdale, Arizona is a great market for an investment VRBO type property as well. Maybe it's not a vacation home, but now I can make money, additional money, and grow more equity on that $300,000 instead of throwing it all down into one house. So putting that cash to work for me, right? And you're saying I can be 55 years old and do that. So Dan, are you about there already?
39. I'm sorry.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So in order for a real estate agent to be able to, and look, your client may not want to do that, and that's fine, but present your client with these options and these opportunities because then you're the smart realtor. You're the one giving them more options. You're just letting them know what is there and available to them. And a lot of folks don't realize it. Look, before this call, James, I didn't realize that somebody could do it at 55. Is there additional requirements at the 55 level?
Homes need to be worth $500,000 on a single family residence. And there are fixed rates available. I mean, but you need a $500,000 purchase price, correct?
Okay. Now talk to me about the reverse mortgage market, because there's some negative things out there about the reverse mortgage, right? You hear about these things like, oh, they're just trying to take the homes from the senior citizens and all that fun stuff. But correct me if I'm wrong. It just means that we need to help them and educate them on making sure they pay the property taxes and the insurance on that property. Am I correct?
You are 100% correct. I mean, the program was a bad program prior to, love them or hate them, Ronald Reagan. Reagan brought it in-house and made it an FHA product. And the new product, or the new reverse mortgage, is a very protective product. Every single loan is audited. Every single appraisal is looked at. Every single client is looked at to make sure it is the best and right program for the client.
So there's a lot of protections in place, is what you're saying, for the consumer, for the person doing the refinance.
Tremendous.
I can
Tremendous.
tell you
And I'm going to throw one more thing out there, guys. You all know this. Banks don't want to. It is a long investment strategy for the bondholders. However, banks don't want to own homes. They want to collect interest.
Right. I think everybody on this call would know that. The realtors know that we don't want to own the home, but the consumers do think that, and so it's up to the realtors to be able to help educate them in that.
Now, I can actually kind of talk to a little bit about this, because my mom is actually in a reverse mortgage on her home, and it's awesome, right? So she's in his home now until she's in her later years. She's 73, so she's at the point now where she's like, look, I don't need to keep buying other houses and stuff like that. So what she actually did was, she was in a downsize situation, and it was a couple of years back. So they downsized from their bigger house down to a retirement community. So now she's able to experience more freedom, a better life. She's able to move into a community where she can do, pickleball and all that. I guess that's like the new thing. I don't know what that means, and then they do bocce ball and all that stuff. So they got a pool, they got a community center and all that stuff. So she's actually able to meet new people, meet new friends. So not only did she get freedom, she got just a better way of life for her,
and preserve cash.
Preserve cash. That was the big thing, right? So she reversed into the house as a purchase. They had sold their house, made a lot of money on it, reversed into the home and only had to put half the money down, so the other half was put in investments. Some freedom, right? So like,
Right.
if you got this money in the bank, or you put it in investments, and everybody over the last 2-3 years, everybody knows what the stock market has done. I mean, recently it's taken a hit, but for the most part, you make some pretty good gains, right? So you want to go on the cruise with your girlfriends, or different people and all that stuff. You can go on the cruise. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Hey guys, can I throw something out there? Can I throw something out there to our realtors? It's really important that we get this. So we get a lot of people. We understand life has a way of throwing curveballs at folks, and they might have a limited budget. And a client might come out to you and say, "Hey, I have $150,000 and I want to buy a $100,000 home." But maybe in your particular market, that $100,000 isn't going to work. With $100,000, we can, depending upon their age, because the older you are, the more you get, maybe we can show that $225,000 home. So not only are you helping the client realize a better home, the realtors are realizing a bigger sale. Now, I know it's not just about the money. Changed my life was 20-something years ago. My best man's mother needed a reverse mortgage. I didn't know how to spell FHA, never mind do a reverse mortgage 25 years ago. And as you can see, I've been around a while. So that being the case, it changed her life.
Yeah.
It changed her life.
Yeah.
And when it changed her life, it changed mine. And I know we talk about this philanthropic, feeling and all these causes, but how great is it to really help somebody and get paid?
Right.
And that's what I love about what I personally do.
And Raymond, I see one question in here. Do these have to be a primary residence?
Yes, always. Yes.
That, right?
The one with the reverse has to be the primary residence. Yes.
Correct. If they have a reverse mortgage on it, it is primary residence. And there is a rule, like if they have to live in the house for
6 months, 1 day.
You got to maintain the
out of the
HOA.
year,
You got to
right?
maintain.
So you can be a snowbird for 5 months and 30 days.
You can be a snowbird as long as the license says you're a snowbird. Okay, so let's turn around and let's make it simple, right, guys?
Okay.
You can be a snowbird for as long as the identifying information says you're a snowbird. How's that? That's a nice way to say it.
Okay.
So now Timber had a good question in the Q&A, right? You mentioned that there are more protections in place now compared to the old reverse mortgage products. They're asking us to be a little bit more detailed maybe in some of the examples. But one thing I really like about the protection of our senior citizens, this particular program, is the professionals on this call right now. Right? Because correct me if I'm wrong, James, the biggest fear here is that they don't pay they're used to doing a PITI payment. Now they're not going to have a payment at all. So there's no taxes or insurance being collected. It is up to the senior citizen to make, it's not going to be paid in their mortgage every month like it used to be. So the senior citizen is going to need to pay the taxes, the county taxes, or the insurance on the property on a yearly, monthly basis, depending on how they have it set up. The thing I like about this as a professional, though, it gives me the reason to follow up with my client in 6 months, or when taxes are due, or once a year. Follow up with them, see how things are going. Get some referrals, by the way, right, from them. But James, is there any more that you could tell us about, the new style corrections compared to the old style?
Yeah, prior years ago, if you were basically walking and breathing and had a pen, and you had enough loan to value, you got approved. Now there's a full approval process. Not only credit profile for the previous 36 months, there's a cash flow analysis for persons, whether it's a one person to 4 people living in the home. So it's not just given to anybody. But I want to talk about people who are concerned about paying their taxes and insurance. Fabulous. You want us to include taxes and insurance being paid? We'll set up what's known as a life expectancy set aside for taxes and insurance. So a client says, hey, my taxes and insurance are $2,000 a year, $3,000 a year. They go to the mortality table. Never show a mortality table to your client. Okay, and it says, I'm going to live for another 10 years. Well, put in another $30,000. We'll pay your taxes and insurance for the rest of your life.
We just collect it for a 10-year period, and we just let them know for the next 10 years, you don't have to worry about it.
Life expectancy period.
Yeah.
Okay. And whatever the mortality table says. So if they're 70.
So James, can you do a mortality table on me?
No. No. I keep showing it to my Italian mother, but she keeps sending it back to me. She keeps telling me she's blocked all my accounts.
So James, let me ask you a question, right? In the event, like what's gone on recently in the market, right? Let's say you've already done a reverse a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago. Now in the market, your house has gained tremendous value, Is there any options? Is there anything available to that buyer or that homeowner now to, if they need equity to maybe, they want to do an extension or they want to fix something in the house or do some kind of repair? Is there any options for them, or are they just stuck with that house or stuck with that loan?
There's never any prepayment penalties. They can pay it off, sell it, do whatever they want. But what's great about the reverse mortgage, depending upon the program you have and what you want to go to, let's just talk about the traditional reverse mortgage program. The client can absolutely do what's known as a reverse to reverse refinance. And
Sure.
the closing costs are almost nil, pennies. And if the home is increased in value, they can absolutely garner a greater increase to cash. And
Okay.
that could lead to other opportunities, as we've discussed previously.
Okay.
So great opportunities is what I'm hearing for a real estate agent to be able to talk to their consumers that are 55 and older, certainly 62 and older, obviously, but 55 and older, to talk to them about how they could utilize a reverse mortgage to purchase a home, maybe instead of paying cash. Or let's say somebody says, I have $300,000, I don't want a mortgage payment, so I can only buy a $300,000 house. Okay, great. Why don't you buy the house you really wanted at $600,000 or $500,000, right? And you can do those types of things. Now you can get them double the house that they were previously going to pay cash for and still not have a mortgage payment. What a beautiful opportunity for them to live a better lifestyle at that point, doing the same exact thing they were going to do.
There's a lot of real life, things that are going on, right? A real life scenario that you might encounter as a realtor is you maybe sold a house to, one of your clients 10 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever it is. And they reach out to you and they're like, hey, you know what? I need to get a bigger house. My kids are actually going to move in with us, and this is going on a lot right now. We're going to do a blended family, all this stuff. They work telecommute, so it's easy, but we need a bigger house. We need more rooms. They got a couple kids, this, that, and the other. I really need to find a bigger house, right? So here's a good opportunity for them to actually move into the house that they need right now for them, right? This is a good opportunity. Now I can get a bigger house, right? Have more yard or whatever it is that I need, more room for the family, and not have to put all my equity into that home. As if I sold mine and put it all down, I could put down half of that money and reverse back out of it, right? So to me, it's an awesome product. And if I'm a realtor out there, I am, I'm not that I'm targeting my elderly clients, but I'm reaching out and staying in contact with them and asking them about life. I'm just asking about life questions. Hey man, how are things going? I know the last couple of years have been tough. How you been? Staying in contact. And I think that's the key to any one of these things for any product for a realtor.
And now as a real estate agent, you have more tools in your tool chest. So
yeah, like when that birthday card goes out to them, you send out every year, right? When the holiday cards go out from the realtor and you're sending them out, follow up with a phone call. Real easy. Hey, how are things going? How's the family? How's the kids? But this, that, and the other. You can turn that conversation into an opportunity. So
let's do a call to action here real quick, right? What next? Now, first and foremost, for all the real estate agents listening on here, talk to your Nexa Mortgage loan officer. The beauty about Nexa Mortgage is that they have access to both Dan and James right now. In fact, you as a real estate agent can log in with your loan officer and get the answers with him and log in and talk to one of these guys live, face-to-face on Zoom today, right now, as soon as we're done here, tomorrow. Monday. These guys are on all week long waiting to help out at any given moment. Live video. James, I'm not sure that talking to a consumer is the appropriate thing for you, but I know Dan Fouts would assist in that as well. You guys can actually interact with your consumers on our live video platforms. Talk to your Nexa loan officer. They are available for this product immediately. They're ready to help out. They have the help, the education necessary to do these types of products. But also, you can actually work with your Nexa loan officer, and you can log into our corporate support center, and you can get some of these creatives like what we have created here. We can turn these into flyers. We can turn these into social media posts for you. Whatever it is that you need, our marketing team is standing by right now, waiting to help you guys out, waiting to help the loan officers out. Just talk to your loan officer, and they're ready to get logged into the system right now and get these things. Now, you put these things on social media. And look, the older population now is really taking to your Facebooks a lot more than they used to do at a younger age. They're really getting to it. They're realizing they can reach out to old friends and things of that nature. So it's a great opportunity to use some social media, put that thing at play. But like Matt was saying, right, reach out to your old clients, let them know. But your new clients coming up, when you get that cash buyer, figure out how old they are, and ask them if this is an opportunity for them that they could take advantage of. And James, I really thank you for the information on the 55 and older. I didn't know that was an option at all. So it's good to know. I got about 8 more years, and then I'm going to be reaching out. We're going to be jumping in on that. So
Again,
He says 8. He doesn't
Again?
mean 8. He's
Again?
like 5.
Mike, did you guys see this comment from Sharon Stewart to everyone? Can you touch on the fact that often seniors do not qualify for conventional mortgages?
Mhm.
It's true.
Because that's
Yeah.
true. Like, a lot of folks don't realize that, we're
Yes.
retired. And
Yeah,
and
fixed
I
income.
often, it's so totally true. And qualifying for a reverse mortgage, if you're old enough and have enough down payment, I could underwrite it on a cell phone.
Correct. I mean, because think about that. When we qualifying somebody on a conventional mortgage, I got a 70-year-old consumer, right, who's got a lot of cash or something. That's great, but he's got limited fixed income, and he doesn't qualify to buy that $800,000 house.
He doesn't
or that
qualify for a
1.2,
payment is the
right?
key, right? He
Yeah.
doesn't qualify for a payment. Now,
That's
as
correct,
opposed to
'cause
the
you gotta show
reverse
the
mortgage,
income
there
to
is no
make the
payment,
payment.
right? So getting your equity to work for you is the most important thing in that scenario, I think, so.
Yeah, and great advice, Sharon. Thank you for that statement. We really
I
appreciate
mean, think
that.
about relieving a debt from your consumer, from your borrower, right? Maybe they got like a $1,800, $2,000, who knows, $3,000 a month mortgage right now, right? And you're able to reverse out of it and take that debt completely away. Like, what could your borrower do right now with $3,200 more a month? And now we're talking net, right? We're talking about those dollars back in their account, those dollars back in, so that they can use those dollars to do something for them. Like, that's huge. So.
Yeah, and a great question in the Q&A from Glinda. Thank you for the question. Can Nexa do a reverse mortgage refi conventional to reverse mortgage? And absolutely is the answer to that, right? Dan, you're doing these all the time.
Sounds
right?
like there's got to be the equity there, right? Is that what the big thing is?
That's the key.
Yeah, as long as you got
Have
the equity in it.
but
And what a great opportunity. If you have a client that purchased a house that's 62 or older, they can do now a reverse mortgage. You can even take cash out on these, and you can then use that money to buy an investment property to get themselves some additional income, more wealth management, more wealth growth, right? Or one of these vacation style property homes that one of the next loan officers can do for you. So
Yeah.
great opportunity in that one too. So great question, Glenda. Thank you so much for that.
When you get the email from a child that says, "We were so afraid of this. Thank you so much. My parents lived with pride and dignity the last 18 months of their lives. I didn't have to put them in a home.
Yeah.
It was comfortable."
I'll
Changes
tell
your
you
world.
this,
And I know that's really corny and we don't hear that, but it's true. And it
Yeah.
changes your life.
And ultimately, this is about educating all the parties involved.
It is. Yeah.
Is making them feel assured that nobody's trying to steal your home, nobody's trying to take it. What we're trying to do is possibly create a better life.
Well, better lifestyle,
I had a
better
client once.
opportunity.
James, do you
sorry,
see the
Matthew.
question in the Q&A? Linda had a question in there. But Linda, I think the answer to your question is if the homeowner doesn't care about staying in the house, well, reverse mortgage wouldn't be an option for them if they don't care about staying in the house. They would look for a different product because you actually have to live in the home. This has to be a primary residence for 6 months in a day,
Right.
in order to get a reverse mortgage. So I think then you would look to a different product in that situation. So if they don't
good
care
point.
to stay in the house.
Jim, you brought up a funny thing. It's like, those people are like, oh my God, this is tapping in my inheritance. I'm sorry, but if you're relying on your parents to give you an inheritance, then you didn't do the fundamental things in life, which is take care of yourself and do your own thing.
And I agree with Sharon.
I am not relying on my mom. Yeah,
I see. I agree with Sharon's note, right? I plan on leaving my children $3, $1 each, right on my way out. I'm going to spend. My goal is to spend the last dime right on the way out. Just
right.
Poof, pop smoke.
Sharon and I can absolutely go out partying together.
Yeah,
there you go.
I think I give my kids
I
enough
like
opportunity while I'm here for them to do something for themselves.
Well,
right?
I'd rather have my mom just be taken care of, and get off my back. But
now you sound like me.
I know. I just turned into Mike for a minute there. But
I hope our moms aren't listening. So.
But I want her to. I just want her to do the things that she wants to enjoy in life. I mean, she's earned it. 70+ years old, she's earned it. Like, you don't have to worry about taking care of your kids. Your kids should have taken care of themselves. So, I a little bit, impartial towards that. But that's just my thought processes. But Tisha has a question. Can the owner go into a reverse mortgage and then later sell the house? So
absolutely.
Yeah, you're not stuck in it. I mean, if you're in this current market, where houses have gained value so quickly, and maybe they do just want to sell it. They still have options, right? It's still their home, not anybody else's home. It's still their home that they're in. I think that's a key point that we need to make sure that they know. So,
I like Devin's question too. Did you see that one's in there, James?
Yes.
If the homeowner wanted to stay in the house, so they both pass, right? And this goes along with if you have two homeowners, but one of them passes away, are we going to kick them out?
No. But 100 years ago, it was very common to take a younger spouse off the deed and do a reverse mortgage in the older spouse's name. I always personally refused to do that because I knew the shortcomings. Because it was quite often we had a 70-year-old or 75-year-old borrower and a 50-year-old spouse.
Mm-hmm.
And that older spouse would meet their demise before the younger spouse, and the younger spouse get thrown out. I never did one. I refused personally to do one. It's not the right thing to do. Nowadays, you can have a non-borrowing younger spouse and they get full rights of deferral. What does that mean? They can live in the home as long as they pay their taxes and insurance.
And then there's also the upkeep, right? Like pay their taxes, insurance, and
taxes and insurance. And if you're in New Jersey, mow the lawn. If you're in California or in Arizona, rake the rocks. Okay, so I mean, it's pretty simple. Don't turn into a hoarder, or don't turn into you have 6,000 cats living in the home or dogs. Okay, whatever your preference is. I mean, but it's pretty simple, guys. I mean, it's not hard. It's so simple. It's not easy because simple isn't easy.
But they could do a reverse.
You want to make it.
They could also do a reverse mortgage though to invest in their retirement, right? Take some cash, invest in their retirement.
Happens all the time. Smart leverage, intelligent investment.
And you could do that on a purchase if you're a real estate agent as well, right? You can allow them say, listen, you're buying an $800,000 house. You want to pay cash. Use $400,000. Use the other $400,000 to invest in your retirement. You know what I mean? And still not have a mortgage and have that freedom that they wanted to have. So
exactly. Right. Then to answer a quick question there from Glenda, it is a FHA insured mortgage.
But yes, correct me if I'm wrong, James, you can buy a 4-unit property on these. So
as long as it's your primary residence, all day, every day, do them every month.
Absolutely. So great product. So
let me see, Miss Sharon Stewart, maybe talk about the myth that you leave debt to your kids. No, it's insured.
Yep.
You only it's it'll come to me in a second. It's a non-recourse loan.
Yeah,
the only asset that secures the loan is the home.
That's it.
Right.
So if you live to be 120 years old and there's no equity in the home anymore, it doesn't matter. It's a non-recourse loan. Correct. Right. I hope you do. Right. Although I'm pretty sure that home will go up in value nonetheless, right, along with it. And that's the idea of this product being worthwhile. So now, folks, I really appreciate you guys coming up. We don't want to keep you here all day. We kind of try to keep these things to about 30 minutes. We do have a call to action for you, right? We want you to log in with your next mortgage loan officer. We want you to talk to our marketing teams. We have the flyers and the creatives ready to go for you to put these on social media, to send them to your consumers, or just the flyers just to have it as a bullet point to present it to your next buyers when they come to you with a cash offer that they can do these things. Now, you can buy the house for cash. Is there a period of time, James, if they buy the house with cash, that they could refinance it into a reverse mortgage?
The answer is no. And not only no, if they bought it in April and they bought it for $400,000 and in May it appraised for $500,000, we'll lend on the higher value.
Good. So you could still use the cash to get into that really fast close, but your buyer can feel comfortable that they can immediately use the reverse mortgage to have absolutely no payment and get their cash back out at that point as well. So great thing. And use the new equity. So that's even better. That's awesome. So guys, log in, talk to your loan officers, get them to log in and talk to the marketing, the accounting team. If you got more questions, right, and you want to grab your loan officer, log into our support center. The loan officer can show you how to get into that support center. They'll get in. You can be talking to Dan and James as well. They are in our support centers, ready to help you guys out all day long. We do a lot of these reverse mortgages. We really want to be your partner on these. We appreciate you coming here. And we're going to be doing this next week on another product. What are we talking about next week, guys?
Next week, self-employed borrowers, man.
Self-employed borrowers, right? Bank savings program. I saw the bank saving program flyer come out with like 12 to 24 months bank savings, but realistically, Dan, help me out. We can do it with 1 month on some lenders, right? With a right down payment.
We got a program for that.
Right. We got all kinds of fun programs, guys. So look, today we're talking about we want to be your reverse mortgage specialist. Please talk to our next loan officers. They have every product available in the country. There's not a lender in the country that has more products available than our loan officers do. We're very proud of that. We're very proud of the growth that we had to give you guys the opportunity to partner with us like this.
And if you need co-branded marketing, log in with your LO, log into our marketing team, loan officers, grab your realtor, log into Zoom together, log into support, talk with Marie and her team, and get the co-branded material that you guys need today to go out and win more deals.